Welcome to the Battle Lots blog today. Thank you. Thanks. So, hope everybody's having a great weekend. We had Friday the 13th yesterday. Wow, that was beautiful. The moon was gorgeous. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to read some poetry, and also I want to talk about tomorrow, the 15th, Sunday and Monday, the 16th. Every one of my books will be free for download on Kindle. That's right. Just follow the link, and any of them, all of them, download every one of them. I don't care. It's going to be for 2 days. It's free, and it's my gift to you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Today, we'll go ahead and start reading some poetry. I believe that love is more than just a feeling. It's more like a state of being. Like when your heart is beating, your soul is singing, you have a hard time breathing, and you're dreaming all the time. The sun starts shining, your mind stops whining, and your lips form a smile. Love is and always will be happiness in your heart, mind, and soul. Just a little one there. Let's see. Black and white is not a color. Maybe if we all just stopped whatever we are doing right at this moment and stepped back from life, however we are living it, just for a few moments, and try to remember back about everything that has happened to us because of our skin and the names that we were called, like colored folks or black or whitey or cracker, and listen to the truth, which is we have many colors that are in the rainbow. In fact, they are in order of violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Notice something. I don't see black and white. They are missing, right? Nowhere to be found. In fact, is that black and white are not really colors at all. They are neutrals in the world that we live in. So I need to really wonder, why is it there is so much hate and violence over just the color of our skins? Why do we fight when anyone, since we are not a color after all? I mean, hell, we're not even on the color wheel, my friends. We work together well in the world of color. Take, for example, the keys on a piano that all come together to create many types of tones. When pushed in a particular order, produce different sounds. Imagine that. The black and white keys that are right next to one another, working to create beautiful sounding music that may just last forever. Or the ink that spills from a quill or a pen upon the pages of any writer you may know, or the typewriter, and even today with the computer, and has been black since the first words ever written down on paper, which was always been white, or a shade thereof, coming together to form letters and words, sentences, making some of the greatest books of literature in the world today. Going back so far that even the Bible was written. So why is it that black and white have gotten into arguments and fights when it comes to the color of our skin? We are not chess pieces. I mean, we all bleed the same color when we are hurt. And our teardrops that fall from the same two eyes are for sadness, joy, pain, and more, just like everybody. And the sweat that we drip off our backs, working for barely anything at all, just trying to feed our family. So again, I need to wonder, when will the ignorance finally come to an end for the world around us? Since, in my opinion, the problem has been a falsehood from the start. I mean, we are not a color after all. Let's drop the lie. The color is the reason, because black and white is not a color. Neither are you and I. I hope you like that one. It's called Black and White. Let's see here. Hell yeah. Sometimes we need to fall and hit the ground hard so we can remember where it is we came from, and that's true. This one's called Then You Might Just Be a Poet. When you write with your heart in a language that only your soul can understand, you might just be a poet. When you write a few rhymes and even Dallas Cowboy fans understand, you might be just a poet. When you write a few lines with your pen and panties drop to the floor, you just might be a poet. When you write with honesty and the conviction of your heart and soul, you just might be a poet. When you can write about love while you are crying over a broken heart, then you just might be a poet. When you write about love so you can erase all the hate of the world, then you just might be a poet. When you care more about world peace and finding peace from within yourself, then you just might be a poet. When you can meet a woman in a bar, start a conversation with a poem just for her, and find yourself on the floor in the backseat of a Volkswagen, then you just might be a poet. If you can hear the sound of teardrops falling in the rain, then you just might be a poet. Thank you. That was called Then You Might Be a Poet. Oh, by the way, I think my guardian angel just got a ticket for drinking while flying with a citation for lewd behavior. Depression is the obsession and the regression of this accession from my succession coming from the loneliness in my heart and soul. When a poet's soul starts to speak, his heart will start to pump the ink. As our hearts begin to beat with the rhythm of love, our souls started dancing with the angels high above. This one's called I Don't Want to Die. Dear God, I just need you to know that even though I'm sick and I don't want to die quite yet, I still want to live, for I'm not done down here loving everyone that I can. Besides, I have so much more to give. I'm not ready to come back home. No, not just yet. For the job that you have given me is not over yet. Please give me just a little more time, and I'll still want to help a few more souls. Then when I'm finished, I'll use my wings, and I will soar even more. I do want to thank you, though, Lord, through all the time that I have had already. And when I do leave this place, I truly hope that everybody here will always remember me with a smile on their face, and nobody cries or is sad. And I hope that I have shared enough love while I've been down here living my crazy life, doing the very best that I could. And I did everything that I can to help bring about peace and to remove as much violence, hate, strife, and explain why I write so people would understand. I want to thank you for this gift that you have shared with me as a poet. I sure do hope that it was enough to help as many others as I could. Since life down here on this planet that we call Earth is not easy and so very tough. But so you know that when you do finally call me to come home with angel wings on my back and all your love in my heart, there will be no stopping me, as I will return back down here to help as many others as I can with a fresh new start. That one's called I Do Not Want to Die. All right, let's do another one. It's called If Poetry Was an Emotion. If poetry was an emotion, I wonder which one would it be, as the ink that flows from my pen writes down on the pages of life every day, so very unabated and free. Would it be for sadness as the teardrops fall across my broken heart, and a love that I cannot find that hurts so bad it's hard to breathe? Or maybe anger of all the wars we fight for nothing but greed and the bottom line? Or joy and happiness when I think about my 4 boys as pride fills my eyes for all that they have done? Could it be humility for the many mistakes that I admit that I've made, and maybe depression that haunts me night and day as I fight from falling into the abyss of my own stupidity? You see, our emotions are many and as ever-changing as the wind. As poetry is to the individual while they write to heal from within, poetry is the heart of our very soul, and with every word written the same but different, as each of us are human, but each are individually from where we are from around this great big world. Maybe emotions are the basis from which poetry is born, and pieces of each are ingrained in the very word, hidden away until the key is found to unlock our very existence, as we are then reborn as our thoughts live now forever to help a world that is torn. That one's called If Poetry Was an Emotion. Let's see. All right, and eternity is. Loving you was so very easy. It was just like waking up in the early morning sunshine while opening up my eyes. For you see, that night we met just by random chance. Then when our wandering eyes looked into each other's, in a blink of a lifetime together had gone by. In that brief moment, the very fabric of time that was holding the sands in an hourglass stood still, and it always will, for what I saw was the true beauty of you way deep down inside. I saw the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen, for inside of you was a sunset of spectacular colors on a deserted ocean beach. I saw 1,000,000 white roses in a field on a clear, cool spring day. I saw peace on this earth with no hate or wars, with love everywhere to everyone, including that of ours. I saw you, the woman whom I always loved, and saw so much more. Eternity, they say, is forever, yet that would never be enough time as I look into your eyes and see your soul dancing and your heart beating out a rhythm of reggae and love as we dance at midnight under a full moon with the shooting stars high above, just as the rain gently falls everywhere, except the very spot from where we both stand. And then love was an ocean, we would fill them all, as the love that you have shown me is the greatest love of all. You see, the eyes are a gateway to a woman's soul. When you look through them, Her real beauty will shine through, and the true beauty lives inside of you. Thank you. Let's see here. I'll do one more and that's it. Breathless. When I stared into your eyes and I told you that night that I shall never forget how much that I loved you, I had meant it to last until all forever ends and up until that very next day. For your beauty is never ending and shall never fade away, as your smile always leaves me in a breathless state, with nothing more that I can say ever. Say, even after all your loving ways leave me so full, yet I am always wanting more. My life has been no less than a perfect dream since that day you walked in through my door. Even today I still stare at you while you're sound asleep, while thanking God in all His glory that you are mine, and I am yours forever to always keep. And even though my tears will fall, it is our love why I weep, because you have changed my lonely heart. For now it skips a beat, you see as I do. A love like ours we both know does not always come easy. That we keep as we whisper to each other the words that we really mean. Like I love you more and more as you whisper back, I am yours and here to stay. All the days go by fast as even the nights do too. As we make love to each other, never are we through. Our souls who have been connected from way back in our past, they are true as they seek out one another in every life we have ever had. Thank you. That's it. And I think that'll do it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully your Friday the 13th wasn't too bad, and we'll get through it. And peace, prosperity, and poetry, y'all. If you have any questions or you have anything you want me to read or bring up, please let me know. I'm probably going to start having guests on my podcast. It's like my radio show, and a lot of people were asking me about if I'm ever going to do a radio show again. And the answer is yes, but through podcast. So, don't forget, tomorrow, Sunday the 15th, and then Monday the 16th, through Kindle, all my books are downloaded for free for 2 days. So let's try to break a record like we always have and see what happens. So, peace, prosperity, and poetry, y'all. Have a good day.